Hi, everyone. Today, we're covering understanding and using English grammar, fifth edition. We're in chapter 13, adjective clauses. We're on page 284, using when in adjective clauses. Let's take a look at some examples. Example A, I'll never forget the day when I met you. I'll never forget the day on which I met you. I'll never forget the day that I met you. I'll never forget the day I met you. All of these sentences have the same meaning. They are all grammatically correct. We want to use an adjective clause to describe that day. I'll never forget the day. Which day? The day I met you. In speaking, it's more common to omit the pronoun and just say, I'll never forget the day I met you. Or we might use that, but very commonly, when talking about times, days, dates, years, we will use when. We'll say, I'll never forget the day when. Right? I'll always remember the day when, the time when, the year when. Okay? So 1983 is the year when I was born. Um, July 4th is the day when Americans celebrate their independence. Okay? Keep in mind that example B shows a very formal way of speaking. This is not common in speech at all. Very few people talk this way. You will see it more common in writing, especially formal writing. And here we have to be careful with the preposition. We're talking about a day, so we say on which, because we say on a day. If it was a year, we would have to say in which, in a year. Or a month, the month in which. If it's a time, at which. Okay, so be careful with the preposition. But the use of a preposition in the adjective clause that modifies a noun is somewhat different from that in other adjective clauses. Right? The preposition in which is used as in be, but otherwise there's no preposition. Okay, the use of the preposition is very formal. Okay? And we can use these adjective clauses to modify any noun that has to do with time. A year, a day, a time, a century, a decade, whatever time phrase, time word we're using. Okay? So let's look at our first example, February 14th. Does anyone know what day that is? Any lovers out there? Okay. Anyone like romance? Number one, the 14th of February is the date. We celebrate Valentine's Day then, on that day, on February 14th. So we could rewrite these two sentences as one with an adjective clause. The 14th of February is the date when we celebrate Valentine's Day. Let's make it capital. It's a holiday. Okay. So we could say the 14th of February is the date when we celebrate Valentine's Day, is the date on which we celebrate. If we were being very formal, on which is the date that we celebrate Valentine's Day, or is the date we celebrate Valentine's Day. Let's use when. We're practicing the word when because we're talking about time. So stop the video here, read through number 2 and 6, and see how you would form that adjective clause. When you're finished, restart the video to check your answers. Remember, we're using an adjective clause with the word when. Good luck. Stop the video now. Okay, we're back. Let's see how well you did. 1947 is the year when India became independent. Number 3, 1970 is the year when the Beatles split up. Okay. Notice we're not going to use the word then. Then is being replaced by the word when. August is the month when most people in Europe go on holiday. Again, we will not use the word then when we use the adjective clause because we're using the word when. November is the month when it usually starts to snow in Chicago. Okay. 11 o'clock is the time when people in Spain usually go out for dinner. 11 o'clock, is that AM or PM? That's PM. That's very late at night for a dinner. Okay, Spanish people, you crazy. Okay, guys, if you have any questions, please leave your questions in the comments of this video, and thank you for watching.